If Bloxburg was a place in the real world, where would it be, and how would it have come to be? This was a question I was pondering to myself while I was at the thrift store the other day. While perusing the aisles of things that have been given away to the thrift store and trying to tolerate this faint scent of baby urine, an idea popped into my head that I just couldn't forget. How did Bloxburg come to be? Who colonized it? And why is Covetous hiding the truth from us? Today we'll be exploring these topics and some others that have popped into my mind while making this video. Let's start out with the country I believe Bloxburg to exist in. Since every year the citizens of Bloxburg celebrate the holiday, the 4th of July, it'd be normal to assume that Bloxburg is a part of the United States, or the fictional country that Bloxburg is a part of, Bloxia, is an equivalent to the United States in this world. Let's start with Bloxburg's name. While Berg is used in multiple languages, it originated in the German language, and other languages that use the word Berg do not spell it B-U-R-G when referring to its definition of being a city, fortress, or castle. So with this information, we can assume that Bloxburg was settled by German colonizers. When looking at a map that shows the distribution of people from Germany who settled in the United States in the early 1800s, you can see four main spots that are connected to a waterfront, or at least nearby an area that is. While I can't say exactly where Bloxburg is in the real life, I would like to say that it's somewhere in New Jersey, along the East Coast. When gathering the information to make this assumption, I realized that the map that they used for Welcome to Bloxburg is oriented in the wrong way. While you can technically orient a map any way you want to, it's normally laid out so that north is at the top, south is at the bottom, east is at the right, and west is at the left side of the map. But from what I could look at in-game, I saw that from the waterfront that we can see is where the sun rises, which would be the east. So the map should really be oriented like this, but that's neither here nor there. What I now want to ask about is, in this case, who are the Germans? In the Roblox movie The Last Guest, we follow the story of the main character, Guest 1337, who I will just be referring to as Guest for the rest of this segment, watched his parents get killed in front of him when he was a young child. He grew up as an orphan and was shunned by most of his peers. I bring up this movie because I have a theory. In this hypothetical situation, would the guest be the Jewish? Would this then make the enemy Bacon soldiers the Nazis? Of course not all of the Bacons would be Nazis, but would this mean that all the Bacons are German? Now, to me, this is just a silly little theory, so I won't go any further into this topic, but I just wanted to bring it up as a hypothetical. I'd like to thank anyone who sat through the entirety of this video, because it was just a fun thing I was making. When I have ideas, they're usually pretty hard to get out of my head, so I thought I'd make this one into a fun little video. Be safe and stay snazzy, my people, and if you like the art in the background of this video, please consider following my accounts. I have TikTok, Instagram, and I sometimes post on Twitter, and they're all under the username BuggyCat. Thank you, and goodbye.